Greetings, ladies and gentledudes. Welcome back to the shop, where today we have a little bit different of a video. And what I'm going to start this video off by doing is telling you a little bit of a story about myself. When I was young, very young, probably 2 or 3, was when I first started playing with Legos. Legos has always been a big deal to me. I've always been a creative person. My favorite genre of Legos was always the Star Wars Legos. So when I was about probably 4 or 5 years old was when I first started watching the original trilogy of Star Wars. Fell in love with it. I've absolutely loved Star Wars ever since that day, when my dad first showed it to me. So growing up, I played with a lot of plastic lightsabers, did a lot of fencing outside, stuff like that with my sisters and with my other neighborhood friends. However, that all changed when I started playing video games. When I started playing video games, the first character that I truly fell in love with was Link. And as a character, Link and The Legend of Zelda, as a series, has always been extremely important to me, and it's one that I really hold quite dear to my heart. So, one time I was at my grandparents' house. I didn't have my lightsaber with me, so I couldn't sword fight, but I was really into Zelda. I always pretended that the lightsabers were the Master Swords. So what I did instead was I found an old, rotten piece of wood, covered it in duct tape, a little bit of masking tape, colored it with crayons, and I made my first sword. I don't actually have that sword anymore. It broke a long time ago. I do still have a dagger that was made out of the tip of that blade that was broken, that is again covered in duct tape. And that's all I have left of that sword, unfortunately. However, I do have a few other weapons, actually, just one other weapon from my childhood. That was probably 5 to 8 years that I'm not sure exactly how long, that I was fighting with this particular sword. To the point that I actually named it. I named it Swordcleaver because after moving to Georgia, we made quite a few wooden swords with our friends in the neighborhood there. And I named it Swordcleaver because I always used this specific sword, and against my friends, in battles, in duels, 29 swords broke on the edge of this wooden sword before it broke. And what we're doing is a little bit different because we're not actually making a sword today. What we're actually going to do is be restoring Swordcleaver. So this is that blade that I was just talking about. The first wooden crossguard I ever made in my whole life is right here. It's the first one I ever did. This sword was even short for me then. Right now, it's really short, but I liked you could have 2 hands. I could still put 2 hands on this thing. Short blade, was really easy to use. It was really good. I have a couple of times in the past actually taken the duct tape off the blade and resurfaced it because over time, through a lot of different battles and duels, the duct tape comes damaged, it doesn't look as good, it starts getting hairy, it's not too nice. I covered the hilt again in blue duct tape. It used to be darker blue. You can actually see some of it down here where you can see it. And you can see kind of where this is bunched up from where my holding it constantly has pushed the duct tape down into the blade. However, what we're going to be doing today is something I haven't done ever before. This is the first time that I've done this. I'm going to be completely stripping all the duct tape off of this, and we're going to look at it and see what we can do to make it better. What I would like to do with this, because I'm not going to be sword fighting with it again. My fencing days, at least with this blade, are well and truly over. However, I would like to make this blade look as amazing as it always did in my head. So that is what we're going to be doing today. First thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking off the blade from the duct tape from the blade rather, because that one I've seen a couple of times. I know it's pretty damaged and messed up. We're going to have to do some serious sanding and cleaning up of this blade to make it look nice. But we're going to go ahead and start with that right now. Get these big old long strips of duct tape off. And I'll be back once we get all that done, because it's going to be a lot of sticky tape everywhere. And it's gonna be a mess. Alright. Wow. That is something I never thought I would see ever again. I even have, you can even see where I made, I highly doubt you'll be able to see them on camera, but I actually have some lines here where the crossguard was supposed to be. It looks like I tried to carve this to fit my hand better, but then gave up. Or just decided that I didn't want it that thin. Either way, I'm not really sure. But I have some lines here that says this, and I actually wrote that this is going to be the blade right here, so I had that labeled. I didn't know that I did that on this one, but I still do that on my current projects. In fact, just on Zarok, which I did about a week ago as of recording this video, as of when this video goes up, I'm not sure. I want to secure this better. We're going to do some super glue on that because I doubt, in fact I almost know I'm not going to be able to nail into this properly. Clean up the shape of the crossguard a little bit, just sand it, all things I couldn't do when I was first creating the sword. Then I'm going to be smoothing out the handle a little bit, get rid of all these rough edges that were covered by duct tape but now are not, and then I think we'll probably be adding some material to the hilt in order to make it a little bit rounder, so it's not just, we're just not holding this, but just to make that a little bit nicer to hold and to use. I'm not going to be adding a pommel. When I first made this, I really wanted a pommel, but I couldn't make it. So we're not adding a pommel because it's not part of the sword. Do I think it would look better with a pommel? Yes. Are we adding one? No, because that's not part of the design of this sword. It doesn't go with it. So I'm also going to be accentuating the tip a little bit, making it actually sharp, like that same thing I do, put an edge on it, just like I do with my current projects. We're updating this sword from 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago. Let me think, because, yeah, 10 years ago. So a decade later, we're rebuilding a sword. So this is exciting. I'm going to start sanding, cleaning this up. Alright, welcome to day 2 of our sword restoration build thingy. What I have so far is over here. I've got it drying. I just touched up the paint a little bit. I think I recorded spray painting it. Anyway, that's what it looks like now. It's shiny, it's silver, with its coat of silver metallic paint. So that's drying. I finished up the touch-ups of that, and I did a little bit of testing with some leather strips that are going to be the handle. So the handle is blue, and I have a blue here that this is what it looks like on the leather. It doesn't really scratch off. Like once you dry it, you gotta scratch it pretty hard to get it off. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be painting these strips, the currently black strips. I'm gonna be painting those blue with this Dutch blue acrylic paint that I have here. I'm gonna be painting it blue, and then we're going to be wrapping this with the help of a little bit of super glue onto the hilt. I don't think one strip will be enough. That's why we have 2. And we've got a whole bunch more leather to do if we need it. Alrighty, we now have 2 strips of blue painted black leather. Black leather that is painted blue. 2 strips of blue leather. Now what we're gonna do, now that we've had the bottom all set up, we're just gonna wrap this very tightly around. We're gonna have to do a little bit of touch-up paint on this, because I've accidentally stuck some of the paint off. That's alright, I have my paint right here. Alright, there we go. And that gets a really cool kind of really deep in there effect for all of the dirt that stays there. It looks like it has been cleaned and polished at least at some point in its lifetime. Not really an effect that I've tried before, but I definitely like it. I'll definitely use that again because I really like how that looks. I really enjoy that. Honestly, I just love weathering. Weathering is one of my favorite parts. If you've watched any other videos on this channel, you probably know that I love weathering. and it's fun, and I am excited to start getting better at it. I'm super pleased with how this turned out. I'm definitely glad that I did this little restoration project thing. This idea just kind of came at me out of the blue as I was going through my closet, kind of cleaning up, putting laundry away. I saw this, and I'm like, I want to update it. I want to make it modern to what I normally do. So see, we now have an edge on it. It's now paint instead of duct tape. It looks a whole lot nicer and really nice, like weathered handle, weathered actual leather wrapped handle, this is what I would have wanted this sword to be if I had the skills now that I have, if I had the skills then that I have now, this is what this sword would have looked like. And I'm super pleased with how this turned out. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have another video coming up of my second commission. That was the partner to the last commission that I did. Zarok, we're going to be making Brizinger from the same Inheritance Cycle books, so make sure you stay tuned for that. That will be coming out in the relatively near future. I think what I would like to start doing is try to do a video every 3 weeks. So 3 videos every 2 months, basically. I think I did that math correctly. Anyway, a video every 3 weeks is what I think I'm going to try to do, and I'm going to try to stick to that schedule. Because as of now, right now, I don't really have a set schedule. I just kind of make a video whenever I have a project to do, and if I don't have a project that I'm working on, I just don't make a video. So what I think I'm going to try to do is get to a 1 video every 3 weeks. So it's a little bit more than once a month, because I didn't want to just do once a month, because that's not a lot. So, but I wanted to do more than that, but I don't really know how much time I'm going to have to do videos and projects between work and school and regular life stuff. So 1 video every 3 weeks is going to be the plan, starting with this video. So in 3 weeks of me uploading this video, I will hopefully be uploading the video for Brizinger. So that's gonna be the plan. This one probably was within 3 weeks of uploading the one for Zarok, so you got a little bit of a bonus with this one probably. But it'll be 3 weeks for the next video. You can time me on that. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so like I said, thank you for joining me on this journey. If you have any commissions or ideas for things that you would like to see me build, or that you would like me to build for you, let me know either in the comments below. We can get some information there, or we can set something up on Instagram. That will be linked in the description, just like in the last video. But yeah, so other than that, like if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe if you want to see the rest of the videos that we make, more projects that are coming in the future, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!